So earlier when I was informed that the lot fell on me to deliver the remarks for the closing ceremony, the one who informed me reminded me of a story of one of Akufo-Adoo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's ministers who was asked to go and deliver the remarks for the opening of a market that he knew nothing about. And it is reported that when he arrived, his words were very simple, that I'm here to represent Akufo to open this market. So market, open. Sellers, sell. Buyers, buy. And for that reason, I thought to read the rapporteur's report so that I don't do the same thing here. The Honorable Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, eminent clergy, traditional leaders, Chief Director of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, the Managing Director of the Graphic Communications Group, Chief Executives of government agencies, Directors of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to deliver the concluding remarks for this two-day stakeholder dialogue on harnessing our natural resources responsibly for our sustainable collective good. Let me start by congratulating the Graphic Communications Group Limited and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources for planning and executing this national assignment with dedication and precision. I also want to thank the various panelists and all participants who have contributed in diverse ways to make this program a success. Natural resources play a pivotal role in our national life. They constitute a major pillar of our country's economic, social, and environmental growth. In Ghana, our natural resources contribute to income generation, creation of employment for the citizens, and tax receipts on mineral production, which help government in providing social services, including education, healthcare delivery, provision of electricity, and infrastructure, among others. The exploitation of these natural resources have over the years, unfortunately, led to the destruction of our environment in many places, led to the loss of property, and in some instances, led to the loss of human lives. Ladies and gentlemen, the issues regarding our natural resources are so dear to the heart of President Akufo-Adoo, and he has, on many occasions, demonstrated his commitment to preserve and protect our natural resources for the greater economic good of this country. President Akufo-Adoo is not only concerned with the protection and preservation of our natural resources, but how these resources can be effectively exploited to ensure that the country derives optimal benefits from them. Government, under his leadership, has established the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation and the Ghana Integrated Iron and Steel Development Corporation to ensure the retention of the full value chain of our minerals in that area, from production to other downstream activities. A number of measures have also been put in place to ensure that Ghana obtains the real value of these natural resources, since the real value in these resources lies in value addition. I'm happy to learn from the rapporteur's reports that the implementation of GRDEX 4 projects will contribute significantly to the upstream industry. I'd like to commend the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources once again for working assiduously to get refineries on their way here in Ghana. This will ensure that we realize the full value chain of our minerals. The recent discovery of lithium, which was mentioned yesterday, and other critical minerals in commercial quantities here in Ghana, ought to be given very serious attention. And as the President himself mentioned, as the Minister mentioned, as other participants have also mentioned, this is a major priority for government. It's important for government to put in place modalities which would ensure that these critical minerals are efficiently exploited in order for the country to derive the optimal benefits for a sustainable and collective good. It's time to change the status quo of mining and exporting our minerals in their raw form. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot talk about our mineral resources without paying attention to the need to protect our lands and our forests. Because these mineral resources are found beneath our lands and within our forests. And therefore, protecting our lands and our forests should be strongly factored into any conversation around resource exploitation. Stakeholder dialogues such as this are consequential for creating awareness for the effective management of our lands, our forests, and our natural resources. And through this dialogue, we have discussed the interventions government has put in place and how government is working to ensure that we derive the needed benefits from our natural resources. We have also learned about policies and regulations which can be pursued to enable us get the maximum benefit from these resources. We've had discussions in our various groups on the extent to which we can prevent encroachment of our lands and how we can effectively address the numerous challenges within the land sector. The discussion on the state of Ghana's forest also has enlightened us on how we can contribute towards restoring our forests, how to prevent illegal logging, and the measures which can be used to address deforestation and forest degradation. What remains now is the doing, and the doing of a lot more beyond what has already been done, so that we can hold the line against further degradation and even recover where we have lost cover. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we have all heard the saying by the famous Indian lawyer and statesman Mahatma Gandhi, that we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. We gathered here since yesterday to deliberate on how we can effectively harness our natural resources right here in this hall. And we have had ministers of state, the president himself, traditional leaders, reverend ministers, chief executives of various institutions, directors of ministries, civil servants, among others, share their views. We now need to aspire to make the ideas that we have shared happen. I am of the firm conviction that the little change that each of us is willing to make will go a long way to bring about the change that we collectively desire. As one of the strongest points that has been echoed here since yesterday has been, it is the fact that some of the key offenders are not here to hear the brilliant ideas that are being put forth. And that therefore imposes a responsibility on us, on the ministry, on the graphic newspaper, and all other stakeholders to let the word resonate beyond these walls and let the laws bite to deter. Once again, I want to congratulate the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, the Graphic Communications Group Limited, and all of us who have gathered here for this successful two-day program. Let us now go forth, not only to reflect on what has been discussed since yesterday, not only to share with our colleagues, but to put them to use. And with these remarks, we bring our dialogue to an end, and I thank you for your attention. Thank you.
For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh or follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube and Twitter at GraphicGH.
Subscribe now.